We have a guest speaker with us today, and I'm going to ask that our guest speaker and his introducer comes up, and you guys know the man who will be introducing our guest speaker, also a veteran, the guy that we know and love as Officer Rasmussen.
Good morning, Ravens. Good morning, students, faculty, veterans, and distinguished guests. I want to thank you guys so much for being here today. It means a lot to me personally that Ridgeview High School and its staff go to great lengths to honor our veterans and make this assembly happen. I'd like to give a special thanks to Randy Vigiano, Barry Brannon, Carmen Patrick, and the REHS student leadership team for making this happen. Your hard work and planning did not go unnoticed. It is now my honor to introduce our next guest speaker. The man you're about to hear from holds a very special place in my heart, and I could not think of anyone better for you to hear from today. His titles include son, brother, husband, father, Marine, trooper, SWAT team operator, armorer, canine handler, and veteran. His accolades are impressive, no doubt. There's a special title that I hold for this man that is the most important to me, and that is best friend. He is the most true, honest, and loyal friend that I know, and I can think of no one better for you to hear from today. He's also the only person I know that I would allow into our school wearing a sword. Now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Senior Trooper Scott Show.
Forgot that back. It's all right, those guys know what I'm talking about. I'll just change the socks, take a knee, maybe drink some water. I was a senior on the rotating pitch, just so I can see you guys a little bit. I was a senior in high school, sitting in my first period history class on September 11, 2001. Together with my classmates, I watched the attack on our nation on the old TV that my teacher had in the classroom. When my juvenile brain struggled to comprehend the gravity of that day, I began to understand at the most basic level the undeniable truth that the future knows no such word as guaranteed. And like so many others at the time I enlisted, with a looming and unknowable future before me, I entered the mystery of life. Though afraid and a little sheepish, I held a deep patriotic desire to serve and fight. These feelings seem to be at odds with one another, but that's life. Wrestling with paradoxical truth, unmet expectations, the experience of happiness that is never permanent, and the existence of true love that is only alive in the context of hope. My early years of adulthood were characterized by fantasy. A fantasy that I would unconsciously exchange for reality. I went to war. Into a third world desert of Iraq, I carried my fantasy. My daily loadout heavy with dreams of glory, accolades, and stories I wanted to tell when I got home. But that fantasy died in the desert. Killed not by enemy contact, but by contact with reality. Like so many other young warriors, I emptied my pack of fantasy quickly and slowly began to fill it up with reality. And the reality that I carried home was heavier than the fantasy that I brought with me. It was a period of growth. It's laughable to recollect. I wanted the combat action equivalent of taking the elevator to the top floor, when in fact there are only stairs. There is no easy way. There are no safe spaces. There is no world in which fantasy wins against reality. The stairs are dangerous. But each step is absolutely necessary. Necessary not for mere survival, but each scary step up those stairs is a step closer to a life well lived. I'm still taking the stairs. Soon enough, if not already, you too will find your life in crisis. I submit to you that the most meaningful path forward is up those stairs. And although the stairs are scary, taking them is the only illustrated the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I experienced loss, grief, and disappointment, but also gained wisdom and enjoyed rare fellowship, brotherhood, and deep bonds that are the natural outgrowth of endured hardship. This growth represents a value that cannot be bought with money or killed in battle. Indeed, these were good times that I did not know I was having. Then it ended. I got out. It was hard, and psychologically there will always be a part of me that is still struggling to get out. This is dicey territory for transitioning veterans. Sometimes we become so protective of the reality that now fills our past that we isolate and self-destruct. And like a rifle turned in on reality remains locked in the armories of our memory. Many of us spend the rest of our lives cautiously revisiting our memories, little bits at a time, taking from them what we need and processing them slowly. I'm always processing, working new problems and adapting to a new reality in a positive way. It is saving grace. It is wise determination. It is devastating loss, and it is dumb luck. It is ownership. Those whose lives are characterized in the end by genuine positive growth understand that this process of entering battle, finding truth, and living to tell about it is not relegated to war. Rather, it is inherent in all of our lives, regardless of where we go or what we do, and it never ends. When you look to your left and to your right, you will see one of two people. One who is in crisis, or one who is about to be in crisis. And when the people next to you see you, they will see the same thing. Wherever you fall in that spectrum, we all inevitably encounter crisis. And therefore, the opportunity to do right by those people around us as we collectively empty our packs of blissful ignorance and fill them with wisdom and positive growth. Understand that crisis is opportunity. It's an opportunity to wade through the swamps, to march through the deserts, crawl across the beaches, and claw to the mountaintops. It's an opportunity to recognize the profound truth that our good times are indeed defined by our bad times. It's how we know they're good. It's an opportunity to enter our mysterious and difficult lives willingly and take ownership of them. In this there is life, and it's worth living well. So go live. Give it all you got. Hone your process, own your outcomes, and never give up. God bless you. And God bless our fighting men and women wherever, however, or whatever they fight. Thank you.